Cardinal Film Fights, the movie debate show where I'm the host. Hello, I'm Justin Branson, and as I have just stated, I will be your host. And these people will be your fighters. If you'd like to introduce yourself in any sort of order you like, you guys are all above me.
Who hasn't introduced first? I think we've all introduced first, so I don't know.
Justin, look at that. Okay, I'll introduce myself first. So, hello, everybody. Stuart Elmore here, former president, director of the show from a year ago and 2 years ago. I was also the founder and creator. And I'm graduated from Ball State. I'm actually a first-year grad student at Columbia College Chicago, getting my master's in cinema directing. I made 3 short films. One is out already called Siblings 2019 on YouTube. You can go look it up. Give us a view, give us a like or a dislike, but please a like. It's good shit, I think. I think it's good shit.
I'm Paige Hepner. I'm a sophomore here at BSU. I'm a TCOM major with a focus in video production, and I'm the president-elect of Cardinal Film Fights.
Hey everybody, Nick Evans, president and director, second president and director of Cardinal Film Fights. I'm a senior, graduating in May, and I will be returning to Ball State as a grad student in the fall of 2019. And I'm also a video production major. Hooray.
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 Hooray. So, today, we're dishing it out. Best child actor / actress. I don't know why it was a slash. Actor is an inclusive term, really, if you think about it. But I don't know why I'm being so pedantic about this. Let's argue in the way that we normally argue, with 1 minute to introduce, 5 minutes to do the fighting, and 30 seconds to wrap it on up. Nick, would you like to start with your opening statements?
Sure. So my child actor / actress is Shirley Temple. In the history of Hollywood, I can think of maybe a few child actors that have really shaped the industry and how children are portrayed and what children are capable of doing on the screen. Shirley Temple is probably the quintessential childhood actress. She was around during the golden age of Hollywood, and she is so well recognized for her work that she won a Kennedy Center honor, which is, I think that can be considered the highest honor that can be awarded to an artist. Either that or like a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Academy. And so I think that's why Shirley Temple is the quintessential childhood actor. It's really confusing because you can use both terms inclusively.
Nick, surely you can't be serious.
That was horrible.
I think you're brown-nosing Shirley Temple, because my actress is a million times better than your choice. That's right. I'm going with Millie Bobby Brown, 11 from Stranger Things, as well as she is one of the supporting actresses in Godzilla, as well as performed in numerous short films and TV episodes. Millie Bobby Brown, I think, is one of the best young actresses. Let's say young actresses. I ain't saying like child actresses. Sounds weird. But I'll just say Millie. Millie, first name basis. Millie has adopted a very contemporary style acting technique that I think is unique to younger actors, whereas in a lot of other cases, you're just telling the younger actress to just be cute, memorize your lines, and don't look at the camera.
I chose for my child actor is Mara Wilson from, most of you probably would know her from Matilda, but she's also done other films when she was a child too. And the reason I chose her is not because she is the most famous, not because she's very famous at all as a child actor, but I think the role she played in Matilda, I think she did a great job as a child, being able to be a more strange kid and with these powers that she's just using, and the way that they use the movie to support her role is amazing.
Once again, well ahead of time.
Left on the clock. Personally, I thought Danny DeVito was the best child actor in Matilda. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. That was good.
moving into our 5-minute open forum.
So let's talk about those other films that Mara Wilson. You know what I'm about to say, too, don't you?
Go ahead.
Say it, Nick.
She is known for very little other work. Notably, Natalie Hillard in Mrs. Doubtfire, which you can't really have a spotlight when Robin Williams is your lead actor.
Hey, Miracle on 34th Street.
Miracle on 34th Street is good, but then the creme de la creme of her and what killed her acting career, I would say, Thomas the Tank Engine and the Magic Railroad. Now,
See,
when
Nick gets fired up because it's trains.
well, I saw the film when I was younger, and I knew it sucked then. And when you go back and watch it now, it's really bad. And so like the thing is, yes, she might have been good in Matilda, but the rest of her film repertoire, there's not like and unlike.
Are you specifying her acting in the Train movie?
No,
or
I'm
in all the
saying
other movies?
I'm saying her filmography as a whole. If we were talking about who is considered to be the best childhood actor or actress, when you have every actor has a dud, but when you don't really, she doesn't have a whole lot to her filmography. Whereas with Stranger Things, with Millie Bobby Brown, which I think the same argument can be made in a way, not exactly, because Millie Bobby Brown has been on the same show since she was, 12? She's 15 now? That's right?
I did not do my facts checking.
Okay.
So.
Millie Bobby Brown has
while.
been on Stranger Things for 3 seasons. So she's been in more stuff. It's just been the same role. And
Well, she's been in Godzilla, and that's actually a bigger role. And she's also done a lot of short films and a lot of TV episodes.
Right, but Stranger Things is
and bigger TV shows too. Like not just like small ones. She's been on Grey's Anatomy. She's
But
been
that
on
was before Stranger
NCIS.
Things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But
she's
no,
been good then.
But my point is that she wasn't really discovered until she got into Stranger Things, and she was already 12. Whereas Shirley Temple started her career when she was like 8, and her career stayed relatively strong well into maybe her early teens. But my thing is that what does Millie Bobby Brown have left in the tank as a child actress? Now, is she going to have a big career when she gets over 18? I personally believe that to be the case. But what does she have left now as a kid? There's not a whole lot. I mean, she's probably going to do another couple seasons of Stranger Things, but then she's going to be an adult. So we're going to remember her specifically for Stranger Things, and I don't know if that's enough to really like cement her legacy as a childhood actor. You know, Mickey Rooney or Shirley Temple.
I'm just really glad that nobody picked Maisie Williams in light of last night's Game of Thrones episode.
I thought about considering Maisie Williams, but
Thank you.
but Shirley Temple, every childhood actor from her time period on can say that their careers would not be possible without the work that Shirley Temple
Nick,
did.
I'm gonna step in here and say,
for it.
I agree. Shirley Temple has a very prolific career, but I think since her age of filmmaking, acting techniques have evolved since then. And Millie Bobby Brown is one of the very few child actresses who's been able to adopt that contemporary technique and use it to her advantage in playing different characters. Yeah, we see her mostly in Stranger Things, but I think she plays a very dynamic role in that show. And on top of that, she has played a number of different roles in different TV shows and short films and
but
Godzilla
her
as
role,
well.
Godzilla is her first big role, where her first big role outside of Stranger Things. Whereas the rest of her stuff has been like one episode.
I think
2
that's very
episodes.
relative, though, when you're saying like big
You're
role.
saying
Yeah, but we're
best
talking-
actor, not necessarily how much have they been in.
Correct,
Shirley
but
Temple's
right.
just a huge name.
But Shirley Temple was a huge name because she was more than just a cute face. She had
who could sing and dance.
that takes talent though for a kid of her age at the age of like 8 or 9 to be able to sing and dance and perform with other big name Hollywood actors.
I agree she was
the
great for the
golden age.
time, but I just think to adopt some of these sort of modern and contemporary acting techniques
can you
is a
say-
different skill all in together.
But
To
can
like
you say
compare the
that
two
Billy-
in very similar. Sorry, I'm gonna you talking.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
To compare the
Hey,
two.
where's the timer?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see the timer. But to compare the two in very similar and very different timelines, I think I just think that in terms of, in light of her recent developing shows as well as her other filmography, I think that she has a much more succinct style that takes her miles above of what child actors have been able to do.
But your
with
argument also
previous
is,
techniques.
but your argument works against you as well, because you can say, well, yes, acting techniques have evolved. So of course, Millie Bobby Brown is going to have a comparative advantage.
But no other
can you
child
say-
actress has
but
been
can-
able to adopt that as much as
But
she
can you
has.
say that Millie Bobby Brown would succeed in the age of Shirley Temple?
You can sing and dance, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reeling. I just am trying to take it all in. A lot of things were said, mostly by two people. But if we can now move into our 30-second conclusions, Paige, you can go first.
Okay. I'm just going to give up on mine because I don't think there's much to do with it. I feel Shirley Temple is just a big name, and that's why a lot of people consider her one of the best child actors. Now, I'm not saying she hasn't accomplished much and she's not a good actress, but I'm saying is that Millie Bobby Brown has way better techniques and way better acting skills than just singing and dancing.
I agree. No, I'll stop there. Okay, so yeah, I think that when trying to compare different actors and actresses from a very wide different time spectrum, I think one of the main things to look at is where the industry has grown in that. So like you could try to make the case of who's a better director, like Charlie Chaplin or Steven Spielberg, but it'd be really difficult to. But I think in terms of the more prolific work, I think Spielberg would take that among, because we have new different technologies. Like with acting, I think new techniques have arisen, which has propelled Millie Bobby Brown past that point.
I think ultimately the answer to this question is legacy. What will be the legacy of Millie Bobby Brown when she is done being a child actress? Her career is still in development. We don't know. We can definitively say Murray Wilson's career went out the can with Thomas and the Magic Road. Shirley Temple has a legacy that has endured past her prime as a child actress. She is recognized for her work. She has won a Kennedy Center honor along with an Oscar Lifetime Achievement. She has the work, she has the award, she has the legacy to back up her claim.
Vaughn, can we get a fact check on those awards, just for peace of mind?
I know the Kennedy Center. The Oscar one, I'm not entirely sure.
Yep, she got both of those.
All right.
I also just real quickly wanted
Amazing
to point
Williams'
out,
age. Is
Huh?
that what you were about to say?
huh?
Huh?
No.
No.
Don't
just
bring it
like-
up. Stop it. Stop
Let's
it.
not
I
bring
feel like the
that up.
bulk of her legacy today is that annoying ass like 2-minute long
Commercial
infomercial
for
about
the
the, the digitally
the colored-
remastered
Oh, God.
Shirley Temple DVDs.
I'd
Yeah.
say that is the first thing that pops to mind when I think of Shirley Temple. And I'll try not to hold that very negative childhood memory against you.
Please don't.
Okay. Just get it out of the way. Paige, you're in third.
Yeah.
You conceded. You knew that.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Trains, man.
Chug life.
And in second place,
Should we like awkwardly like hold hands like an American Idol?
I don't know, man.
can we get that, please? All right. And in second place, we have Shirley Temple. Already.
Wow.
Get our oohs and ahs out of the way. Shirley Temple. See, when I heard you introduce your argument, I just wrote going back to my notebook, comma, yup, because while it is an obvious choice, it kind of fell apart when we started to come into the question of, what would work when. You really heavily leaned on her extensive catalog, which, at that point as long as we're getting into the industry, as we were talking about it, when you're a standout actress in a time where there's a lot less movies being made, it is a lot easier to have an extensive catalog. What would you like?
No, I feel like there's more movies made now than there were. I mean, there were more movies made then because you had more independent studios. But that's outside the point. The judgment's already been rendered.
Continue with what you were saying,
Yeah.
Justin.
All
Please go
right,
ahead.
all right, all right.
Just ignore his face.
I'm not mad. I'm just.
No, you're fine. It's just your face confuses me more
Alright.
than it makes sense to me.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So, once again, you and your trains have derailed my train of thought. I'm glad you're having a good time.
I'm enjoying that.
But we get into a point that you also made, which is we cannot definitively say about the legacy of Millie Bobby Brown because she is still in the midst and is still, as far as we have seen, creating good performances, fantastic performances. And Millie Bobby Brown, first place, by the way, don't think I need to say it, that has the depth and has been making use of all of the years that she's had to learn from what other child actors and actresses have done. She has an advantage in that, and for that, I feel as though she wins this argument.
Mm-hmm. No, I like it.
So, to recap, Paige got third for the third place. Third place for the third time.
I like to keep it steady.
Yeah. She likes to keep things predictable. You know, it's easy to root against one
She
person.
likes to stay on track.
Exactly.
Stay on track. Stay on track. That's what we like to do here at Cardinal Film Fights. Thanks for joining us today. You can go ahead and like this video. Tell us what you think we should argue next, because ideas don't grow on trees, and Nick's not very good at making them. So, trees, not ideas. There
Thank
was
you.
a lost in translation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can follow us on our social medias at Card Film Fights on the Instagram and the Twitter. You can go ahead and look up Cardinal Film Fights on Facebook. You can also find us there.
Can I have a chance to, since this is my last
As-
official,
As it is your last
Yeah.
episode, I will allow you.
Hunter immediately sits down expecting this to be 10 minutes. No, it has truly been an honor, honestly, to have been with the club since its beginning, to watch it grow, to shepherd that growth to the next generation. I am thoroughly proud of every single member of this club, past, present, and future, for what we have done, continue to do, and will do in the future. I just hope that this club continues to exist because I think it provides a platform that we don't really see at Ball State University and on college campuses. A chance for underclassmen and upperclassmen to work together to develop talent and skills and to hone those skills and prepare them for the next round of classes in the department. So with that, I would just like to say thank you to everybody, to Stuart, to Professor Gardner, to every single member of this club. And as I've always said when I close out a show, have a great rest of your lives.